guys, hello and welcome to Spurs Related. And as always, I am joined by my co-host Andre from Spurs Related. Andre, how you doing on this fine Friday afternoon? What is it, like 1 p.m. your time?
Well, you know what? Friday is always a great day. But tomorrow is an even more intense day. So I'm actually not having the best of Fridays because this is such a crucial game. Probably one of the most crucial ones in this season, along with the next one, which we'll come to that when we do. But Liverpool, here we go.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing for the game tomorrow, but also, like you said, a bit, intense, quite nervous, and it's actually a huge game for both teams. Spurs obviously going for that top four place now in Arsenal's hands, but if we win, it then comes down to the North London derby. But as we know, Liverpool is no easy feat. Our last win there, I think we were talking before we came live, was 2011. I mean, that is 11 years ago. That is crazy. But as you can see down below, we've got a very special guest. He's becoming a little bit of a regular, actually, on Spurs Related. He's been here, I'd say, 3 or 4 times now. And, every time he comes on, he's sitting in another room. This guy's probably got like 3 houses. I'm not too sure. But listen, hopefully his AirPods work at the end and he can actually hear us. And it's not like a, still a blind date. But here he is. It's the man, Jack Burford.
I'm here and I'm ready to talk about what we all love, Tottenham Hotspur, and what a game we got tomorrow, guys. I'm so ready and I want the boys to turn up. I'm looking forward to it, lads.
Love it, Jack. Pleasure to have you on board today, mate. I know you were buzzing to come on today, actually, because you're actually going, aren't you, tomorrow?
I'm going to be there tomorrow in the away end, seeing hopefully Antonio Conte's tricky whites getting the 3 points at Anfield.
absolutely love the positivity, Jack, and you enjoy that tomorrow as much as you can, because I mean, let's be honest, Liverpool is probably the hardest game in the world at the moment, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, obviously always a good away day, and Anfield doesn't get much bigger than that, so enjoy yourself, Jack. Get on the water, Jack, actually. Yeah, get on the water.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah. You know the drill, mate. You know the drill. But listen, enjoy yourself. But obviously, we're going to be talking about a few things on this video. We're going to be previewing the main Liverpool players, even though they're all good. As we know, they're all world-class. But we had to rally it down to 3 or 4, didn't we, Andre? And then we've got the head-to-head records between the two sides, which isn't pretty as well on the Spurs end. We've also got a little segment from Joseph McBride, as you guys know, is our kind of journalist expert, but also, as we all know, is a Liverpool fan as well. So he's going to give his insight into the game tomorrow. And then we'll obviously get the Spurs Relatables score predictions in the chat. We'll discuss it. But before we get to Andre and his 3-player picks, let's welcome in the Spurs Relatables. There's actually already a few of you in the chat, which is absolutely great to see, guys. Good afternoon to you all. Mark Swift, as always, saying, hit that like and sub and share. Thank you. Mark, always grateful for you dropping in that message, mate. Absolute legend. Ian Army's in here, as always. Guys. And saying really awkward game time for a Saturday. Not going to lie, but I do prefer night games. But anything I'd say on that, Ian Army, is Liverpool prefer night games. That place at night is rocking. I don't know if it's just the fact they got a few more hours to down the pints in Liverpool, but I just don't know. They just come alive at night. Liverpool at 12:30 is very different to Liverpool at 7:45. So that's the only thing I fear about. Well, it's not the only thing I fear about, but the atmosphere. Liverpool's in here says, a lot of talk about tonight, lads. Absolutely. I hope you're doing well, mate. Mark's in here. He says, big up, lads. Big yourself up, Mark. It's game day! Is it a Spurs talk show? He says, hey, boys. Hey, chat. How you doing? What's cracking? How you doing, Sean? Congrats on 1K, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous growth. I mean, you've left us like this. Imagine it was like a road race. Like, we were ahead and then boom, Spurs talk show's gone to a K. I mean, unbelievable stuff, Sean. It's all that Walkies show, but big yourself up, mate. And he says, for a win, we must shatter our limits. Even our performance against City is not good enough. We will need a genuine masterclass from Conte and every single player. And that's the key here. Every single player has to turn up tomorrow. I'm sure you boys agree. And finally, catching up on the... Oh, sorry, I missed SOF. I'm so sorry. It says, afternoon, gentlemen. I pray for a positive result tomorrow. Let's hope Conte comes up with a tactical masterclass. Absolutely. It's the least we need. I mean, we need every single player at their best, and a Conte masterclass to a T. Let's be honest, Liverpool are going to have at least 70% possession, so we have to play that counter-attacking football so well like we did against City and exploit the likes of, Trent and Robertson, who I don't think are the best defensively, if I'm being honest. Ellie's saying, hey, it's Spurs Related with a wonderful James and Andre. Bring us Spurs vibes. That make us all tune in. Absolutely love it, Ellie. Hope you're doing well. But that's enough talking from me. It's over to Andre, who's going to give his 3-player picks. And, of course, Jack, it'd be good to get your insight on these absolute ballers as well. Let's go, Andre.
Perfect. So, this next one's not going to be a surprise here. We had to put him in here. It's Mohamed Salah. The guy's been
never heard of him.
As a as a football fan, you got to admire the work ethic he has, man. He's got, from 45 matches, he's got 30 goals, 14 assists, and only 1 yellow card throughout all of those games. He's the top scorer for his club at the moment in this season, and the top scorer in the Premier League with 22. And I'm pretty sure Heung-min Son's right. Yeah, he's catching up, but currently Mohamed Salah, he's at the top there. In the EPL, he's also got the most assists with 13, and the second highest for the club, with Trent Alexander-Arnold being the one with the most at 18 assists. 81% pass success, 57 tackle success. But yeah, if you want to talk about a guy to fear when he's in the box there chasing his way to get a goal, it's this guy. What are your thoughts here?
I'll let Jack start because, wow on those stats.
Mohamed Salah, he's unbelievable. Let's be honest, we've all seen him when I think we played at Anfield a couple of seasons ago when we were neck and neck. And oh no, this is when we got a last-minute penalty equaliser, Harry Kane, and the way he danced for our players like they weren't there. This is when we had Prime, Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen, who are fantastic centre-backs, and he just glides through them. He's a joy to watch. He's a fantastic player. He's so direct, and that's why he gets so many goals and assists. And I think it's out of him and Karim Benzema for the Ballon d'Or. So yeah, it's a joy to watch, but let's hope Christian Romero won't let him pass tomorrow.
Absolutely love it, Jack. And Romero's got to be on form, but not just Romero. Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, Emerson. We're relying on a lot of defenders that can have dodgy games to turn up tomorrow. And Mo Salah, wow, it doesn't get much bigger than this. This guy is probably the best player on the planet when he's on form, to be honest with you. Him, Mbappe, and him and Mbappe really on another level. But listen, those stats and the fact that Trent's got 18 assists is just incredible, and the fact that he's just behind, he's just ridiculous assists, goals, like ridiculously close dribbling that can undo any defense. And how do you mark the Liverpool front three? Whether they play Diaz or Jota, I'm not too sure, but who do you mark? They have to all mark their player and rely on the fact that they've got to be playing at 100%, because if you man Mark Salah and put 2 men on him, you've got Mane, and if you put 2 men on Mane, you've got Diaz. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's just ridiculous.
Crazy.
How Conte has to tackle this, I'm not sure if he has to tackle it the same way as the first game in December. But to be honest with you, I think that Liverpool, I think they've got better since December. I think they've got a lot better. I think they're gelling well. Thiago's settled in a lot more. I can't even remember if Thiago played that first game, to be honest with you. But
no.
I think we were quite lucky that Kane didn't get sent off in that game. But also, not just that, but yeah, we've got Kulusevski and Bentancur since then. But they've got Diaz since then. And Thiago has almost been in like a new signing. So I just fear for this game. But without going too off track, let's look at the next player, Andre.
Sure thing. But just to add my 2 cents here, when it comes to Salah, that's going to be Sessegnon's job more or less. So he's going to have to be on even higher of an A game. I always say that, they have to be on their A game. But
sorry to interrupt, Andre. That's actually reminded me. The first game, Sessegnon did essentially pocket Salah, didn't he? He kept him very quiet, and it's probably Sessegnon's best game in a Spurs shirt.
100%. 100%. Sorry, James, carry on.
No, please go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I was lucky enough to be at the game, and I think that's what started Sessegnon's. That's what gave us a bit of hope, because Sessegnon before that, he wasn't really showing us anything too special, and we were set on Reguilon. But then I was right next to Sessegnon; he was on my side, and honestly, he was bombing up and down the pitch. He was strong defensively. The crowd got behind him, and I think he fueled us with hope that he could be a strong player for Spurs.
Absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree more. He really did get Salah's number that game. Quick few comments, Andre, actually, and then we'll go to the next one. Son without pens has the most, exactly. Mohamed Penna. I don't think that really works, that one, actually. My cousin saying only Tottenham scoring because of pens. A lot of pens comments about Salah. Listen, pens or no pens, this guy's top scorer. I don't think that's an excuse, to be honest with you. But SOF said need a City away performance from Kane. His last few games, his first touch and passing have been subpar. Listen, Kane has hot and cold moments, as do most players. Son, he's on a hot streak at the moment, but let's be honest, he has been quiet this season at times. I remember it was before around the Brighton away game, because I remember being in that away end, and the last 3 games before that, he was awful. Like, to the point where we were debating whether to drop Son. And it's crazy how far he's come, really. Salah, no problem, says Sean. Cess will put him straight in back pocket where he had him in December. Ellie's saying Salah played versus us in Europa League for Basel, and he roasted our defence even then. Great knowledge there. I actually forgot about that. We have to watch him like a hawk and defo double bank on him in case on him because he's a genius. Who cares if he's top because of pens? He's still a class player. It's exactly what I've just said, SOF. Our fans weren't saying Kane won the Golden Boot because of pens. Exactly, Kane scored quite a few pens last season to get Golden Boot. Mohamed Salah, that's class. And Sean, I just hope Stets can do that. James, don't forget they've got Bobby Firmino, Diego Jota, and Origi. Yeah, it's just crazy, that squad depth. Imagine we had this. Like, look at our squad depth up front. You know, Kane, striker. We got such good squad depth. Kane and oh, no, we don't. Leo Ball's saying, let's throw Lucas into the right wing-back role. That what's the worst that can happen? Leo, all I can say is everything can go wrong with that. Absolutely everything. And he's saying, just hope Davies and Diaz don't lose their heads. And dear God, Emerson will probably swipe someone like Diaz or Mane because he can't react in time. Honestly, I'm so scared. Emerson against Mane. Pala, very good. Elvis, I've just covered Andre and Jack for a minute. Jack might be able to peer through. But Elvis saying, hey guys, how are you? Hope you're good. Tomorrow we need to play our game, not how Liverpool play. They have 11 players on the field, same as us. Defence, no back passing to the keeper. Any player who passes backwards in the game, if he is not under attack by Liverpool, will pay a fine. Simple attacking football ball. We need to play. Absolutely love it, Elvis. Hope you're doing well. You've had a good week, and I hope you're looking forward to the game. But some great analysis there. Let's have some more analysis now from our expert, Andre, on the top 3 players.
Awesome. So, next player, honestly, Thiago. He's really made his way through this, probably not the best season before, but now he's really coming in. He's making moves, 33 matches, 2 goals, 3 assists, 3 yellow cards, so not too much, just around almost at 2,000 minutes this season that he's played. But his passing success, 89%, that is the big highlight for him. That, and the midfield's all about the passing, all about the connections, all about the dribbling, getting it to the front, passing it through the back. So if you want to talk about a guy who's going to be the heart of the team, you've got Thiago here. And he has started the last 4 of the 5 EPL matches.
Wow. Yeah, just very quickly, I won't talk too long on Thiago because I kind of already said, but he's been like a new signing for Liverpool in the last few months. He has been incredible. He has kept them ticking in midfield. Before they had like Naby Keita, Henderson, and even sometimes Milner, and it was a bit stale in midfield. It was like there was something missing from that midfield. Obviously, you had Fabinho doing the dirty work in defensive midfield, almost like, well, he's played centre back as well, hasn't he? But Thiago was that creative midfielder they lacked. That can get back and defend, but also play a ridiculous pass and release Salah, Mane, and Diaz and Jota. And listen, he has been ridiculous for them. I mean, his stats don't necessarily tell the whole story. If you watch him, he has been phenomenal in that midfield. I'm sure Joe can't talk more highly about this guy as well. But yeah, just watch out for Thiago, because if he dominates midfield against Højbjerg and Bentancur, because don't forget Liverpool play a 3-man midfield. So are we going to get overwhelmed with Bentancur, Højbjerg against the likes of Fabinho, Thiago, and whoever they else decide to play? I'm not sure, but let's see. Over to maybe Jack for his thoughts on Thiago.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I can't speak highly enough of this guy. When he joined from Bayern Munich after they just won the Champions League, I was thinking he might take a while to bed in, be it obviously playing in the Bundesliga. But what amazes me, when he plays, it's like he's got so much time. He drops a shoulder and then he finds a game-changing pass through the lines. He's fantastic. His first touch is unbelievable. And it's just a joy to watch, to be honest. Like you say, like we used to say about Moussa Dembele, like, he might not have the best stats, but without him on the stuff he does on the pitch, he's exceptional. And he's a joy to watch. And I think that midfield three of Fabinho, Thiago, and maybe Naby Keita tomorrow, we could see, it complements him perfectly, because he gets to get on the ball, find the game changing passes, and he knows he's got that protection behind him with either Henderson or Fabinho. So yeah, he's definitely one to look out for tomorrow.
Exactly, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Like the fact that he has that cover where he can go forward and can spray those passes. He's obviously not a cam. He's not a centre attacking midfielder, but he has that freedom at times. But then, depending on how the game's going, you can also defend really well now. He's kind of
his work rate is underrated as well. He runs, he fits in the team perfectly. He's got up to speed now, and he just works in the Jurgen Klopp system. Because don't forget how much Klopp demands. Everyone has to be on the same wavelength. Everyone has to work together. And now he's fitting like a glove. And that's probably that's why Liverpool could win a quadruple this season, because everything started to gel for them.
100%. Let's get through a few comments as well, guys. Comments have been really good today. I mean, there's around 10 to 15 people watching across all socials, but like it seems like everyone who's watching is commenting, which is absolutely brilliant to see, guys. If you haven't said hello yet, please do. But where did we get to on the comments? Ellie saying I was at the home match as well, and Session was awesome. Just praying he can keep him quiet as possible, and Romero covers the rest of their danger men. The midfield will have to be on their A game to help out. Exactly what we just said. Spot on there. SOS saying Mora was dreadful against Leicester. Don't want him anywhere near the starting 11. Think he's gone in the summer. Mark Cousin says I predicted 10-1 formation tomorrow. Mark, yeah, 100%. I'd be surprised if we have even one player up there, to be honest with you. Ayanami saying Mora with his awful touches will cost us. I don't think Mora will play, to be honest with you. Mora too weak physically to play right wing back, but Bergwijn could do a job. But Emerson will get the nod, I'm sure. Honestly, Ellie, I still don't want to see Bergwijn. I've said it before. I don't want to see Bergwijn right wing back. We can't be experimenting like that now. Like that's what you do in friendlies in the summer when you got a bit of leeway. You can't be doing that with 4 games left, to be honest. Thiago, that man is not human. Agreed. Sorry, 9-1 forgot a goalkeeper don't count. Bergwijn is like 5 or 6. We need a height to defend Trent Alexander-Arnold crosses. Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Kulusevski, obviously, quite a tall player, and he can help out at corners as well. Hope we're playing some kind of formation 3-5-2. Kane to drop into the midfield, but not too far. We need to make sure we don't lose in the midfield due to numbers, and Kane can definitely spray the balls. Absolutely, I mean, let's hope that Kane can. He was just magic in that Man City game away. He was 10 out of 10 performance. Like he was ridiculous. Passing was phenomenal. And then that end goal was ridiculous. On paper, Liverpool's high line combined with our counter-attacking play, this should be our bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
No, but to be fair, obviously, kind of like going too far in the bread and butter. But also, like we do honestly do better against these kind of teams. Obviously, our Liverpool record isn't good against this kind of opposition than we do against Burnley away, because Burnley away is a low block team. You can't break that down. Like Man City and Liverpool, obviously, the amount they have the ball, 70 to 80% possession.
Yeah.
If we play our counter-attacks perfectly and defend perfectly and get the out ball correct, it could honestly be dangerous. I see what Leo's saying here. Obviously, it's not bread and butter.
Oh, 100%. I didn't mean to discredit Leo's comment, but what I was saying, of course, this team is making a Champions League final. They're fighting for the title. They've already won the League Cup, FA Cup final. Bread and butter might be a stretch too far, but I 100% agree. Our counter-attacking players, I think even Klopp come out in the pre-match interview today saying he thinks we're one of the best counter-attacking teams in the world, is what he came out with. So 100% the comments credited, but I think it's going to be tougher than bread and butter tomorrow. But let's hope not. Who knows?
What about French baguette and butter or something? A few more comments, then we get to Andre's third player. 3-5-2 means Winks plays. No thanks. Honestly, I'll go to Liverpool and play instead of Winks. Maybe get Jack on the pitch or something. Could get to St. Conte won't play a free in midfield. He doesn't trust any of the midfielders, especially now Skip is injured for the rest of the season. Gagette said, big up you guys though. Love what you do. Love what you do as well, Gagette. Commenting that kind of stuff makes my Friday, and I'm sure Andre's as well. And Jack's as well, Jackie Burford, you know, he's always got a smile on his face. This man, look, I just remove it. He's got a smile on his face, this guy.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
Ellie says, by the way, my man Højbjerg has 89.2% passing accuracy, up there with the very best, and rarely gives the ball away. Højbjerg's just been, you know, really, really good recently. He's gone up a few levels, to be honest with you. I was a bit worried about Højbjerg start of the season, but honestly, he really has, like, you know, shut the haters up, to be honest with you. Ellie says, I love bread and butter. COYS cream the Scousers. And A&W saying, getting a positive result will have such a massive impact. It will boost our morales and make us believe. I don't see us losing again if we get a good result. Great comments, guys. Pretty much agree with every single one of you, other than whoever put about Bergwijn right wing back. Just, that's not for me, I'm afraid. That's the only one I disagree with. What do you guys think on all those comments?
I believe the same thing. I think we shouldn't be risking anything with the last few games that we have left. I think Conte won't be doing that either. I think he's just going to stick with the same formation that he has, the same players that he's been playing, and just hope for the best at that point.
Yeah, absolutely, Andre. And Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think all the comments are brilliant. Everyone seems engaged tonight. I think everyone's up for the game. They know how important it is. So it's great to see everyone involved. But no, business end of the season. Got to stay solid now. I think we've got to stick with the same amount of players, not too much rotation, as we're only in the Premier League now. So yeah, let's stay strong and fight till the very end.
Bloody hell, Jack. That was like you've been on Sky Sports giving like an interview after the game. Like, I was really professional. I was really like, you know, hold your cards close to your chest, you know. It's like Harry Kane, like, yeah, you know, going to focus on the next game, you know, lads.
That's the aim one day, Sky Sports, Jack O.B.
Love it, mate. All right, let's go over to Andre's player pick, sponsored by Tim Hortons Donuts in Canada. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. All right. So,
just to clear things up.
Sadio Mane is my third pick. To be honest, if you're not worried about Salah, or if you're too busy worrying about Salah, Mane's going to take advantage of that. With 45 matches played, he's got 20 goals, 3 assists. He's got quite a few yellow cards. He's got 8 yellow cards. He's played around 3,300 minutes this season. In his last 5 Premier League matches, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist, 79 percentage of pass success, and 62% tackle success, which makes sense with the yellow cards he's gotten. But honestly, yeah, what a player. When we're worried about Salah, Mane comes in, takes advantage, and if we worry too much about Mane, Salah comes in and takes advantage. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, just very quickly. I mean, obviously you can't write off Mane in this. Like, his form's been really good lately as well. I can't remember if you said I can't remember if there's a stat that says, like, you know, his last 10 games, because he's probably scored 10 contributed to 10 goals, like, especially in the cups as well. He's scored a lot of important goals. Pretty much got the winner against Villareal on Tuesday night. Got one of the goals in the win against City in the FA Cup semi-final. This guy scores big goals in big games, and he's a really, really good player, but he's just not as good as Son.
Well, you know what? I don't know why I laughed at that.
No, I'm not laughing. I love the way he sneaked in. I love it, of course.
I mean, do you know what? Joking aside, Joe and I have this debate about Son and Mane all the time. And listen, it is a close battle. Like, if you're gonna compare them head to head, of course, like, you know, Mane's won more trophies, and, you know, Son scored more goals. Son scored more goals this season, and do you know what? They're both incredible players, but Liverpool have to watch out for Son. 100%. He's our man on fire, and he's scoring the goals. And in similar form is Mane, who we have to watch out for. He's probably on more form than Salah right now. You got to be careful with Mane. You really, really do. What are your thoughts, Jack, on Mane?
No, I personally think Mane is so good. I think he's brilliant. I think he's so direct. Mane, Son, no debate. Joe, we don't need your Liverpool bias in here. Sorry, you're taking my head away. He's taking my thunder. But no, I think Mane's a superb player. I think he's perfect for what Klopp wanted. Like when Southampton played against Liverpool, and that's when they bought him because Klopp was so amazed, and he's fitted in perfectly there. Obviously, he's won the joint Golden Boot with Salah. He's just brilliant. He's so good. I can't speak highly enough of him. But personally, I don't think he's got 2 feet like Son. And I think hopefully Son shows us that tomorrow.
Exactly. You know, the way Son just whipped in on his weak foot and banged that top left with his
So
left
direct.
foot.
Oh, come on, Son. Show us tomorrow.
Elvis saying, I'm so sorry that we are going to be the ones to put a dent in Liverpool's title hopes. To be fair, we have played some of the best and most entertaining football this season and probably deserve to be champions. Oh, sorry, they. I was going to say we don't.
Oh.
We definitely don't. But we are Spurs and we don't give anything to anybody. You are going to have to earn it. Come on, you Spurs. Elvis, I just love your positivity, mate. You're an absolute legend in here. And I'm saying surprised to not see those giant defenders. They will cause problems in every set piece. Listen, Iron Army. Andre had to pick 3, right? And we've actually sneaked in a 4th. But, I mean, if you're going to go down the defenders route, we're going to have like a list of 10, not 3. So it had to be done. Like I said to Andre, maybe Trent, and he said Trent hasn't been on form defensively recently. I said, listen, you know, that makes sense. But also he's had 18 assists, like Andre also said. But it's very difficult to narrow it down to 3 players. But Andre, let's hear this bonus pick.
All right. So just quickly before I reveal this last one, yes, it's exactly what we were saying. Me and James were discussing what players are we going to pick because they're all really, really good. And honestly, as we've said previously, our team, for some reason, it's like when you're going from the front to the back, you go from class to A to B to C in terms of tier form. So it's like the further back you go, the more stress I get. So honestly, our defense is where I get the most stress, meaning that it's the forwards in the Liverpool team that are going to be causing me the most stress rather than the other way around. I think Son can find his way through that defense with Kane and Kulusevski's help. So with that in mind, let's move on to our bonus player, someone who could have worn a Spurs shirt, but it did not happen. We're going to talk about Luis Diaz, who honestly, in this picture at least, it's looking good. I'm pretty sure he scored a goal on that one. But yeah, he's coming flying immediately. From 26 matches, he has 6 goals, 3 assists. He's got 3 yellow cards that he's amounted. He's played around 3,000 minutes, 1 goal and 2 assists in his last 5 Premier League matches, an 88 pass success rate, and a 60% tackle success. But overall, what a player. Would he have even fit in our system, though, you think?
I'll take him in a heartbeat. Sorry, system, that squad depth for me. Yeah, if we could have him, unbelievable. I think he's just brilliant. He's so direct. His touch is brilliant. He always has an eye for goal. But to be honest, would I swap him for Kulusevski? Absolutely not. So sometimes everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy to have Kulusevski, and they've got Luis Diaz. Win-win.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing I'd say on that, Jack, is obviously I'd take Diaz. Like, there's no getting around that. And let's be honest, what Joe's just been here, like he's put cheers for making us buy him early. He already agreed a summer move, but you forced us to trigger it early. It is true, but also at the same time, like I think to myself, Kulusevski actually suits Spurs better. I think we needed a player that almost assists more goals and creates more and has a good cross than someone that's quick, direct, pacey, because we have that. We have Bergwijn, right? Of course, Diaz is better than Bergwijn. There's no getting around that. What I'm saying is we've got a new player in Kulusevski that could play more central. He could play as an attacking midfielder. He could play as a wide player. I think Kulusevski is more versatile than Diaz. However, I think Diaz is a better player than Kulusevski. But I think for Spurs, Kulusevski is a really, really good buy. And I think he's been honestly so solid for Spurs. Would I swap Diaz for Kulusevski? Of course, in a given situation, personally. That people that say, you know, Kulusevski is better than Diaz, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But also, you look at the stats. Kulusevski has more goal contributions than Diaz. I know Diaz might have played less game time, However, Kulusevski has 8 or 9 assists in 13 games. It's crazy. It's almost a goal
Oh,
contribution
no,
a
no,
game.
100%. This is what I was saying, James. I think Kulusevski is fitted into Spurs like a glove, and he's been like so instrumental in what we've done. Like we've managed to completely flip our season around. And the main thing for me is Kulusevski can drop in the middle. His build-up play is fantastic. Originally, I thought he was only one-footed, only had a left foot. But the amount of balls he's swung across the box in front of their last man and put on a plate for Son to tap in, he's been brilliant. And no, I don't think Diaz can do that. I think they're different players. Diaz has the skill, he has the pace, but Kulusevski glides through players and he finds that last pass. Like the amount, I think he's got 8 assists, which is absurd. He joined in January. So, no, I think he's brilliant.
Yeah. 100% agree. 100% agree. And just got a little shout out to Bobby Case, just starting work. I hope your work goes well, Bobby Cases. Big up, lads. Starting work, so just popped in to say hi. And of course, COYS. Enjoy the game tomorrow, Bobby K. It'll be great to hear your reaction to the game. Hopefully a positive one. But listen, it'll be nice to hear from you anyway. Great player picks, Andre. Great stats as always. Great facts. Absolutely great stuff, mate, and great opinions for everyone in the chat, and of course Jack as well. Shall we hear what Mr. Joseph McBride, who's in the chat, eagerly awaiting his little feature in this, what he has to say? I mean, I watched this earlier very briefly, but I didn't really take it in too much. I was obviously making the stuff for the video as well. But shall we hear what Joe has to say? Should we do it, guys?
Let's do
Dive
it.
into it.
Let's hear it.
Hello, everyone. Spurs Related. Joe here. This is huge, this game. This is absolutely huge. And it's a strange one. It's a little bit of a channel rivalry, this one, because obviously Tottenham, all the lads are Tottenham fans, other than myself, who is a Liverpool fan. So it gets a little bit heated whenever the two teams face. And this one is definitely no different, just because it's absolutely huge for both teams. You know, Liverpool can't drop any points because they got a title race with Manchester City. And Manchester City are home to Newcastle on Sunday. And after being dumped out of the Champions League, they've got nothing to focus on now. And Tottenham, any slip up, and Arsenal have been handed an absolute lifeline in the top 4 race. So literally, you know, every game now for both teams is must win, especially a game of this magnitude, because there's just so many layers to it. And for Liverpool especially, it's kind of one of the last big ones, like, you know, a big statement at Anfield. If they win this, you know, they can carry the momentum with them. The quadruple still alive, etc. And for Tottenham, obviously there's the North London derby, but they need to win this to give themselves a chance in that derby of overtaking Arsenal, because if they lose to Liverpool and Arsenal beat Leeds, you know, Arsenal can lose to Tottenham and still be ahead in the top 4 race. So it's just massive. And obviously it was 2-2 early in the season. Bit upset earlier in the season that Harry Kane wasn't seen potentially a red card for his challenge. But, you know, we move on. It was a great game, and games between Liverpool and Tottenham recently have been insane in either way. Even at Anfield, I remember that last minute like Wanyama goal that still lives on my head. It's always a good game, and I think this one Liverpool will hold the majority of the ball, as they always do at Anfield. But at the same time, that's not always a bad thing, because as we know, teams that hold the ball against Tottenham can get caught on the counter attack, as Manchester City found out. And I think that's what they'll go to try and do here. I think they'll soak up the pressure, hopefully withstand it from their point of view, obviously. Play it into Kane, who, with the high line, defensive line, is going to be spraying it into the channels for Heung-min Son and Dejan Kulusevski. It's going to be an interesting spectacle, and definitely one not to miss. Unfortunately for you guys, I'm going to predict a 2-1 Liverpool victory. I think Salah will score. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a penalty, because as we know, notoriously between the two sides, a few penalties have been given, especially one in the biggest game of all in the Champions League final, which blatant handball on Sissoko, but that's up to you to decide. I won't be surprised if Kane grabs one as well, and I'm going to go all out there and say Van Dijk is going to, you know, crop up from a set piece. I'm still not massively convinced with Tottenham, you know, in the air, depending on who they face, and I think with the height of Van Dijk, he's just a beast. So, you know, he usually crops up with a big goal towards this stage of the season, and I think it could be a big one in this game. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, Tottenham. Good luck, Spurs Related, lads. But unfortunately for you, I'm supporting Liverpool in this one. And yeah, going for a 2-1 win. But regardless of the result, I will see you for a bit of a match reaction after the game. So good luck, everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, interesting comments there from Joe, but also very real comments. The 3 kind of key ones I picked out on is Joe thinks that Kane could be pivotal in this in terms of spraying down the flanks. The Son and Kulusevski obviously can change the game, almost like a couple of people said in the chat. Kane dropping deep and playing those playmaker passes could be huge. The other thing I picked up that Joe said was about corners, and I think it's a really good point, and one we touch on quite a lot is, Spurs aren't convincing defending corners, and think of who they've got at the back. Van Dijk, Matip, or even if it's Kanate that plays, but I'm pretty sure it'd be Matip. It's just huge, right? Against Spurs, who can't defend, I'm very scared. What do you guys think?
I think, yeah, I agree 100%. When it comes to corners and set pieces, we are shit. So let's not give them too many opportunities to sort of take us over on that. And let's be very careful when they start sort of surrounding us in the box. Let's not allow them to sort of push everyone at the box, because that's when our players start running around the place, especially at the back. They start ball watching, and then that's when we'll get scored on. Let alone, honestly, this is the one thing that bothers me about Mane, is when he'll be in the box and he'll just start dribbling, waiting for that foul. They are so good at it. I would say better than Neymar, because they still have people fooled to this day that they're real fouls. That's exactly my hot take on that.
No, good points. They're very clever when it comes to, dribbling around the box, like you said. Jack, maybe your thoughts on Joe's opinion there. Obviously, he's gone for a 2-1, but he thinks it'll be a great game and everything else. And the points he made about Kane and the points he made about, Salah scoring. What are your thoughts?
To be fair, I'll say it's a very humble response. I think if I was in Liverpool's position right now, I'd be milking it. I would say, we're going to win the quadruple. We're going to win 4-0. But no, to be honest, I think it's a very, almost from a neutral point of view, I think Liverpool probably do have the upper hand coming into this game. But we're still a team that can beat any team on their day. And I totally agree with the set-piece situation, because I think Kanate has scored 3 goals for Liverpool in the Champions League recently. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk is brilliant from set pieces. So yeah, I think that's a really good point. And I think Kane is going to be pivotal. I wonder if he's going to drop deep and find the passes, or I wonder if he's going to maybe change it up and stick near the opposition's box to try and get some goals. But I think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a very tactical game. And let's just wait. Let's just enjoy it, and I hope we bring home the 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely agree, Jack. And like you said, the defenders at the back, it's kind of scary. They're aerial threats as well, like Fabinho as well in the air. Mane.
Fabinho, you skipped over him. I just want to quickly put in, I think Fabinho, if I had a top 3, honestly, I think Fabinho would be number 1 for me, because really? I think he's, honestly, a controversial shout potentially, but maybe Liverpool fans would agree with me. I think he's unbelievable. I think he's so pivotal to what they do. I think Jordan Henderson's brilliant, but Fabinho's on a different level. For me, I think he's the best CDM in the world. Honestly, I think he's brilliant. In the Champions League games, in the Premier League, once they're on a counter-attack, he'll be gone, and Fabinho will just have a last-minute tackle and completely restart possession. And then they've got Thiago to pick up the ball and find the passes. I think he's perfect for that system. I think he's a brilliant player. And if I had a top 3, he'd be number 1.
Wow. I tell you what, that's controversial, Joe. You backed up with some really good points there. And listen, he's almost like their Dembele, isn't he? He's almost like their Moussa Dembele. He's an absolute ox. He's so hard to tackle, and he just mops up. And do you know what? He likes the yellow card, but sometimes it's clever yellow cards that kind of are key to breaking out on a really important counter attack that could see Liverpool concede. I can see him getting a yellow card tomorrow, because if you think about the way we're going to play, the counter-attacking play, Son and Kulusevski and the players that are going to run at Liverpool from when we have about 20% possession, he's going to be one of the sweepers, getting back and trying to stop that and break that down. I could see him bringing down maybe Son and getting a yellow. But listen, that's not a dead cert for sure. Couple comments, guys. SOF saying Firmino last season. Diaz fell down. Leo saying, I think Højbjerg will score and then we will hold a 1-0 lead. Wow, that is a mad prediction. But guys, wait for your score predictions. We'll get to that segment very, very shortly. Simply A saying our wing backs and central defenders of Dyer and Davies are going to mess it up. I know it. Those 2 players. I just
positivity.
But he's right. They might.
No, he's got a fair point.
Liverpool was aiding VAR on that day in the 2019 final. Exactly, they were aided by that. Joe's agreed with you here. He says Big Fab is pivotal. Fab runs the midfield, drops back and covers the fullbacks. Just a presence that helps. Unsung hero. So very much agreeing with you.
But him, right, unsung, not for me. I think he's a joke. I think he's absurdly good. I'm going to keep repeating it.
Bloody hell, Jack. You might even start singing his name in the Spurs.
No way. Not as good as Højbjerg.
Okay. Andre, thanks for the player picks. Joe, thanks for your little segment there. It was good to hear from the other side of things. And obviously, we'll look forward to me and Joe being in the same room tomorrow for the review, as I'll be round Joe's watching the game with a few mates. So that will be interesting with Andre hosting. Make sure you guys check that out. Believe 7:45 kickoff tomorrow. 8. I'm really sorry, I don't know.
7:45, I think.
7:45 kickoff. So we will be live on here at. Let's try and work this out. When's that going to end? That's going to end at about 9:30. So we'll be live here about 9:45. Andre will start things off, and then me and Joe will join in. Claude's in here. Big up, Claude. He says, if Spurs are sure to lose tomorrow, at best they don't show up. But once they show I am, Tottenham would win. Football is a funny game. You never know, Claude. You never know on the day, mate. SOF saying Spurs need a player like that. Sorry, Højbjerg lovers. Exactly. And Leo saying, why such an odd kickoff time? Just the Premier League, mate. They're just like messing people around. Whatever suits their broadcast. Whatever suits their broadcast. Don't worry about the Spurs fans that have like a 5-hour trip to Liverpool. Just put it on a 7:45 on a Saturday night so that they definitely don't get back. I mean, good luck getting back tomorrow, Jack. I don't know if you're staying in Liverpool or whatever, mate. But anyway. Andre, is it time for that head-to-head time and then time for score predictions?
Yes, it is. So let's pull up the last 5 games that Liverpool and Tottenham have played.
Oh, I don't even want to look.
It's not a very good look for us, I will say. But the positive here is that our most recent game, we actually got a result. We got 1 point. That's 1
point in 15. Yay!
It's all going to change tomorrow. It's all going to change.
Oh, dear.
We'll see. But, we were, James, Jack, we were all talking about this, right? The last time that Tottenham have beat Liverpool at Anfield was in May of 2011, back when Van der Vaart and Luka Modric scored. So, maybe it'll change. Jack might be onto something here.
And can I also just quickly add that I think if you're looking at that in the stats there, I think it kind of paints an unfair picture. If you look at recent games and you remember them, the amount of goals in the last minute Liverpool was scored from a set piece. Under Mourinho, it was 1-1. Bergwijn hit the post twice, and Firmino scored a last minute winner. Alderweireld scored an own goal in the last minute. Like, these games, don't get it wrong, were so close, and we were even matching each other. And then also Sissoko went through. Do you remember 2-1? And everyone was saying Van Dijk's revolutionary defending when he could have passed it to Kane. I think it was.
Bergwijn had a 1-on-1 as well. He messed up.
Exactly. So it's painting a bit of an unfair picture. Let's hope our luck can change tomorrow. We've got to stay positive, Spurs fans. Come on.
Come on, Jackie Burford. Absolutely love that, mate. Absolutely love that, mate. I don't have much to say. I want this off my screen, Andre. I'm sorry. Thanks for making the graphic, but honestly, that is horrific. That is.
Yeah,
I mean, the only positive I can take is that we've scored in 4 out of the 5 games. But I mean, you don't get any points for scoring, by the way. So, I mean, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's just remember the 4-1 as well, says Leo. Klopp to get the winner, says Joe, and Claude says Tottenham will win 3-1, I believe, and it's going to happen. The world will be shocked, says Claude. Pin that to the comments then, guys. Love that, Claude. And Simply Ace is saying these have been a lot of close games, but it is the end result that counts. Exactly, Simply Ace. Nearly never was, as the phrase goes. But, guys, that has been a solid 45 minutes of analysis. Great work from Andre and Jack there as well. But let's do it, guys. Let's get those score predictions in the chat below. Let's hear what you guys think. I'm looking forward to seeing loads of Spurs wins, lots of positivity, lots of positive energy in the chat, guys. Get them in now. Get your score line in and get your scorers in. And if you... I just punched myself in the face. And if you get that right... I'm sure we'll hit you up with some kind of Spurs-related merch or some kind of prize. I promise you that.
Whoa.
If you get the scoreline and the correct scorers, there's the incentive to put it in the chat, guys. And let's see it. Let's see it. Joe's saying Super Jackie Burford. Kane missed a free header last season too. He says SOF very correct. Crocodox, absolutely lovely to see you in the chat, mate. It's been a little while. It's either going to be a complete lockdown by Liverpool on us or a 6 to 7 goal thriller. My heart is not ready. You need to get that ready, Crocodox. Do whatever you can do to stay calm on match day. I'm not going to be calm either, let's be honest. Leo's going 1-0 Højbjerg, kicking things off. This is
He's sticking strong with that. He said that a couple of times, and I love it. If it's 1-0 Højbjerg, I'll take it.
Leo, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to buy you a Spurs Related merch if this wins, right? If this wins, I'm going to give you 100 Great British pounds. That's how confident I am. Why did I say that live? I'm saying 3-2 Kane, Son, Bentancur, Diaz, the irony, and Konate. Wow, that is some score prediction. Konate to maybe get a winner, Diaz to haunt us. While the other score predictions are coming through, and Leo's clipped me, oh dear. SO's going 2-1 Liverpool, unfortunately. While the other score predictions maybe do trickle through, it's over to. Should we start with Andre or Jack? I'm going to start with Jack today. I'm going to start with Jack.
Oh, wow, I feel privileged. So my score prediction, you want it now? We want it now.
Right now.
Right now. Okay. You know what I'm going to go with, guys? I'm going to go with 3-2. Tottenham at Anfield, Bentancur to get his first goal for the club, and I'm also feeling a Harry Kane brace. Honestly, I think we're going to do it. I think, we're just such a good counter-attacking team. We really are, and I think we're going to catch them in that high line. I think everyone's going to turn up because we can't let Arsenal get top 4. We've got to do it, and beating Liverpool will be our first step to them beating them. And honestly, I think we're going to do it 3-2. Everyone's got to be up for it. I want everyone in the away end, proper showing them how our Spurs fans do it. And yeah, we're going to take the 3 points. We're going to do it.
So just to confirm, Jack, you got 3-2 Spurs, Kane with 2.
Yeah.
And a Bentancur with a goal.
He's going to get a debut goal. It's going to be, I'm thinking, a nice curler, 25 yards out into probably bottom right. I feel it. Maybe posting in as well.
Well, and who's scoring for Liverpool?
Liverpool. I like the Konate shout from a header if he's playing, and I think Luis Diaz will get a goal as well. I think I might have done a similar score to someone in the comments. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, it looks like this one, right?
Yeah, it does. And to be honest, see, smart. I can see it.
Before we get to Andre, love the score prediction, Jack. We got Similio's going Liverpool 3-1. Liverpool 3, Tottenham 1. I hope I have egg on my face and would love it, says Simply Ace. Joe's going, if it's 1-0 Højbjerg, that'll be a crazy, crazy time. And Army's going, I agree with the Bentancur goal. SO says, just don't get stuffed and blow our goal difference in case that decides top 4. Very good point. So just to clear things up, Jack, you're going with Spurs win, and it's going to mess up Liverpool's title hopes. Man City will basically win the league, and we'll get top 4.
No, I'm going to be there, and we're going to get top 4. And I'm even going to predict, this is an inside view for Joe, I think Man City are going to drop points on the same weekend. I think Liverpool and Man City are both going to drop points.
Who's going to win the league?
Are still going to win the title. I think Liverpool are going to win the title. I think they're going to drop points against us, and they're still going to win the title.
You're going to wind up.
Crazy. I've got a crystal ball.
Check this guy's hard drive if it happens. So just don't get...
Full knowledge. 1 million. Anyway, moving on.
Joe said if Bentancur scores, I'll do a dirty pint. 18 plus. Drink responsibly. That's caught me off guard. And Simply A said, we are a very good counter-attacking team, but then there is our defence. Oh dear, exactly. It's horrendous. Super Burford, I'll take it. Andre, it's over to your turn now, mate.
All right, so this one might be even more controversial here. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go with
that's not
positive.
Controversial. That's
Is 3-2 not high enough, Andre?
Yeah. I'm going with 4-3.
4-3. Wow, that is high.
I think it's going to be a crazy, crazy game. Both Spurs and Liverpool in their last 5 games have scored 12 goals. And Spurs have let in 3. Liverpool have let in 2. So yes, defensively, we compared to the amount of goals we're actually scoring, it's a huge margin for both teams. And I think this will be the game where both teams will be so focused on scoring just to get that winner. And I'm going to go with Spurs winning this one, even though a part of me wants to be negative, but I'm not going to be negative. This is Spurs related, and we have to be positive here. I'm going to say that we're going
4-3.
to take the win. 4-3. I think Son will score 2, Kulusevski 1, and Kane 1. And I think on the other side, Salah scoring twice, one of them from a pen. And I'm going to say that Diogo Jota is getting the other one.
Oh.
Not to mention, at the moment, Liverpool, their entire squad is good to go, except Firmino, who is questionable, but he has been involved in full training. So it literally can be one of those things where Liverpool's going to be fully 100% healthy.
And obviously, we know that Skip's out for us.
Tanganga, Doherty, and then Reguilon has been confirmed to still be out.
I don't think we're going to see Reguilon in Spurs shirt again, but that's another video.
Oh, that is controversial.
I don't think we are. I don't even think he's injured. I think he's gone in the summer.
I can see it. I'm backing.
I just don't think he's not been a world beater at Spurs. He really hasn't. He's just been he's been hot and cold, but mainly cold. To be honest with you,
take the money and bring in Philip Kostic. I say.
I mean, I don't know. The guy's probably going to London with his girlfriend. He always vlogs about it with her and all that. He's probably staying in London. Going
in Salt Bay, with Salt Bay.
He's on the London, Salt Bay. He's going to have a nice romantic meal with his missus. They'll probably do a YouTube video, maybe play a bit of Fortnite when he gets back. Maybe go on the London Eye during the day, Unbelievable. Joe said Firmino makes R9 look like Janssen. It's probably the worst comment I've ever heard. And that is the worst comment that's ever been on Spurs Related. Well done. Leo Ball said they may be tired from the ECL. And definitely high scoring game, world class attacks going at it. SOF thinks City will win the title. They will stuff Newcastle, and it doesn't matter for me if Spurs get top 4 or not. Levy has to back Conte regardless. Our rivals will strengthen. Getting Potter and not spending is a massive 100%. Backward step.
Yeah.
It's great to see so many fans positive, but then they have to be realistic. Is Liverpool one of the top 2 sides in the world football? Well, simply, it's funny you say that because it's my turn for the score prediction now.
Oh,
honestly, guys, I've got to be honest with you. I'm never ever gonna lie to you on this channel, but I honestly think this would still be an okay result. Bearing in mind that we're playing probably the best team in the world at the moment, the most on-form team at the moment, a team going from the quadruple. I don't think we'll win, but I do think we'll draw, and I think it's going to be a 2-2, which we have seen before at Anfield a couple of times, especially when that Wanyama goal went in for a 2-2, which was absolutely crazy. One of the best goals I've seen for Spurs in my lifetime. But 2-2, I'm going for Kane and Son for us, Salah and Diaz for them. I think it's going to be an absolute thriller, same as the reverse fixture, 2-2. I think Liverpool will probably have like 25 shots and we'll have about 6, but we'll still draw 2-2. I think all the pressure's on us, of course, but all the pressure's on them as well for the title. I just think we can grab a 2-2, and that is me being honestly optimistic. As we know, Liverpool is just the hardest game at the moment, and 2-2, I still think, obviously it's still be in Arsenal's hands if they win, but it still does mean we haven't dropped 3
It's not in Arsenal's hands because we've got to play them.
But if we draw,
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, 2 points ahead. If we draw, it goes to 3. It goes to 1. But then if they win, it's 4 points difference. Even if we beat Arsenal, they'll still be a point ahead. So, it's still not great a draw, but it's better than a loss. You never know, Arsenal might get a draw at some point. That's what I'm going for, guys. It's been great. All the score predictions in the chat, all the opinions, all the great comments. I mean, the comments have been flooding in. Like I said, not like massive amounts of views, but all the people in here are commenting. Come on, Højbjerg, get me that money, says Leo Ball. Draw isn't bad for us, but we'll still need Arsenal to drop points. Exactly what I just said against another team. Maybe Newcastle, and obviously we have to beat them on Wednesday. And that's pretty much it, guys. Concluding thoughts, obviously, guys, stay positive if you can. It's going to be an absolute nail biter for sure. Maybe our nails won't actually be ruined because, the game could be over in 20 minutes. Let's be honest with the state Liverpool are. But it's been an absolute pleasure to have Mr. Jack Burford on the Spurs Related channel. Again, Jack, thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Anytime. I've enjoyed it as always. It's brilliant. And I think we've all got to be up for it tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I'm just joking. It messed up last time.
Oh, here he goes. Look at it, bringing the jokes out. It's just a comedy show, this, James. No, honestly, can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. We're going to get top 4. I do believe. Maybe I'm being a bit too positive, not sitting on the fence, but no, let's go up for it tomorrow. And yeah, come on, you Spurs.
Legend, enjoy the game, Jack. I'm sure all the Spurs Relatables will want to hear. Maybe we'll get a little feature and get you on the review later.
I'll tell you what, put it in the comments. If you want to see a video of me at Anfield giving you after I've seen a Harry Kane winner tomorrow, I'm sure we can sort something out.
Yeah, maybe we'll get you on the StreamYard tomorrow after the game, maybe at the pub after or something. Are you staying in Liverpool or not?
No, I think I'm actually gonna. I would be happy to stay in Liverpool, but I think my uncle's gonna drive me back. So with my brother.
Lucky boy, you'll be falling asleep in the car. Maybe Simply saying, great show, lads. As always, absolutely loved that. Simply really appreciate that, and also I'm saying good stream, COYS. Hope to be in a good mood tomorrow. Don't play FIFA, but Sonny's team of the year. And Joe saying, yeah, get Jack in from Liverpool. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow, Jack. And let's maybe get a little match day vlog from you as well on the channel, maybe. But guys, that is all we have time for. It's nearly been an hour. It's been one of our longer match reviews, but I mean, let's be honest, it's Liverpool. It's a huge game. We hope you enjoy it. Make sure you join us for the match review tomorrow. Instant match review. We've got Andre. We've got Jack hopefully joining in. We've got Joe from a Liverpool perspective and myself tomorrow at 9:45 UK time. So basically 10-15 minutes after the game finishes. We'll be live. Guys, thanks for joining. You've all been legends. And remember, guys, come on, you Spurs!
You Spurs!
Come on! I didn't really mean to. Well. West Ham get battered everywhere they go.